We try to study each state as we're traveling through, but there are always surprises. It's one thing we love about our lifestyle.
One such surprise was the Shaker Village of Pleasant Hill. There are many Shaker villages in Ohio, but this one was in Kentucky and was the third largest Shaker community. The main road passed right through the center of town, and travelers were impressed with the prosperity and ingenuity of the Shakers.
We thought the Shakers were an offshoot of the Quakers, but we couldn't have been more wrong. Shakers did not believe that the simple life demanded that they abstain from using modern inventions. They were on the cutting edge of new technology, as shown with this pump house. This metal piece was actually a float that would rise and fall with the water level. This made it easy to determine when more water was needed to be pumped from the river.
They did not believe in marriage. In fact, they were celibate. That might be one reason they're no longer around.
Did you notice the two doors at the entrance of the building? One is for women and one is for men. Home furnishings were sparse. They made everything simple and by hand. Shaker chairs are still sought after today. They practiced social, sexual, economic and spiritual equality for all members. The upstairs of the main dormitory has an exhibit about the history of the movement and this particular village.
The movement was started around 1747 in England and led by a woman named Anne Lee.
They call themselves the United Society of Believers in Christ's Second Appearance. Quite a mouthful.
The world called them Shakers because of their ecstatic dancing during worship. Although Shaker Village is no longer a religious community, it's still a working farm. Beautiful fields are abundant with healthy crops, and livestock is well cared for, sometimes by big dogs that kept the foxes and coyotes at bay.
The Trustees Table restaurant serves dishes straight from the fields and is well booked in advance, as people in the area often come to the village just for dinner. Make reservations.
This particular village was known for their brooms, and they made quite a good living from them. They also have an inn on the property that was named a top hidden travel destination by the BBC. As we travel, not every day is perfect and sunny. We hit a heck of a storm on our way into the Falls of the Ohio.
This is what hail sounds like.
The night thunder and lightning show made sleep difficult.
The next day was so warm, the wet roads were steaming. This was as close as we got to Louisville.
Hi, we're here in Ohio State Falls.
We're in Kentucky at the Falls of the Ohio.
Yeah, we're in Kentucky at the Falls of the Ohio. The Ohio River separates Indiana and Kentucky.
Actually, the Lewis and Clark expedition left from here, and that's not the only history. I actually have family history here. One of my ancestors settled at the Falls of the Ohio, and his son was kidnapped by the Indians. Now, if you see us glowing, it's because the humidity is high and it's hot. But when we got here, we found out that there were a series of dams that actually stopped the falls, so you can't see it anymore. But what you can see now is the fossil beds.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Yeah, 390 million years ago, which was before the dinosaurs were even here, this was a shallow sea. Apparently it was very similar to that of the Bahamas, so it was tropical. So we got corals and we got sponges and other kind of fish life from that era. Lewis and Clark began the voyage of discovery, and that was a great exploration westward. This statue commemorates that event. Just our luck that the Interpretive Center was closed for renovations. Lucky for you, it's all now opened. Construction of the first locks was completed in 1830, exposing the largest Devonian fossil bed in the world. More than 600 species of fossils have been found here.
There's signs here that says when the warning bells get off, get out of the fossil beds because the water rises very quickly. But look at all the stuff the water brings down. You're able to walk over the fossil beds and see them for yourself.
It feels a little intimidating standing on something that was living over 400 million years ago.
Try and find a cheat sheet on coral from the Devanion period so that you can understand what you're looking at. We thought this was a turtle, but it's actually the orange dotted coral. I don't think I've ever seen baby's breath in the wild. Look how beautiful. Almost as a statement of how life goes on, there was a wedding on the grounds as we were touring.
Thanks for watching, and if you like our videos, please press the subscribe button.